Hey viewers and friends, Andrew back again and welcome to another video. This is a video response to a really good friend of mine who came up with his top 10 movie genres video, and it's Tyler, aka Mr. Movies etc. Fantastic idea, and I definitely wanted to get involved with this one. Before I get into the video, I am pretty much going to beg and plead that everyone please go over and subscribe to Tyler if you have not. The most underrated YouTuber on here, and that's not even an exaggeration. It is crazy how undersubbed Tyler is. He does some of the most well presented videos on here. He has a real love for movies, he loves all genre of film, and he definitely needs to have a lot more subscribers than he's got. So I don't normally beg, but in this case I am. Anyone watching this video who is not subscribed to Tyler, please head on over and subscribe. He definitely needs a lot more subscribers. He is awesome, really great guy, so check him out if you haven't, and subscribe, please. Anyway, yeah, he came up with an awesome idea for his top 10 genre movies, and he's done an honourable mention and then his favourite within each genre. I've changed it up a little bit. I'm going to be talking about slightly different genres than he is. I took horror out of this one because I'm wanting to do my own separate horror video, like my top 10 horror subgenres video, because there's just way too many horror movies that I'd like to include and I can't just mention two. So that is going to be a separate video, so that is why horror is not in it. And I just thought it'd be a good change of pace. You know, as much as I love horror, there are other movies and other genres that I love as well, and often don't really talk about as much as I'm sure a lot of people would like me to. So great opportunity to talk about something a little bit different than horror. So I've changed it up a little bit slightly, but these are my top 10 favourite genre movies. So I've listed them all sort of in order, so we're going to start at number 10. And yeah, my number 10 genre movies are animation. I'm not massive into this genre, but I do enjoy some movies. And my runner-up for animation is Tintin. Simply for the animation, I had to mention this movie. Absolutely incredible, easily the best CGI animation that I've ever seen. This movie is well worth picking up on Blu-ray for the animation alone. Even if you're not a big Tintin fan, I think everyone needs to check this out for the animation. And my favourite animated movie of all time goes to Toy Story. Saw this one in the cinema and I've seen it several times since then. Again, this looks really good on Blu-ray, and yeah, just definitely my favourite animated film. Easily the best Pixar movie in my opinion, so Toy Story. My ninth favourite genre is war, and I'm going to talk about different war movies than probably everyone else would classify as their favourites. I wouldn't say I am a massive fan of the genre. I do enjoy it and it is definitely one of my favourites, but in terms of knowledge, I'm not that knowledgeable on it, and I definitely prefer the more realistic stuff, and I especially love prisoner of war movies. So the two I'm going to talk about are prisoner of war films, and they're both Steven Spielberg movies actually. The honourable mention goes to Empire of the Sun. This movie is fantastic. It follows a young boy called Jim who gets captured and taken to a Japanese prisoner of war camp, and it basically tells, it's like a told through his eyes movie about his time at the camp. Very well done. Easily Steven Spielberg's most underrated movie in my opinion. But this one is brilliant, so if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. And my favourite war movie goes to Schindler's List. I'm sure everyone's seen it, absolute masterpiece. Very, very hard to watch, and it's not a movie that I can watch a lot, but every time I watch it I get a lot out of it. So Schindler's List. My number 8 genre is fantasy, and again, I'm not massive into this genre, but I do enjoy it. These are pretty generic choices, but they're my choices. The runner-up goes to Labyrinth. I'm sure everyone's seen it. Great puppetry from Jim Henson, and yeah, just a fun fantasy movie all round. My favourite fantasy movie of all time is The Never-Ending Story. Love it. Again, don't really need to talk about it, but yeah, I grew up watching this and still love it. We're up to number 7. My 7th genre is action. Probably should be a little bit lower on the list towards number 1 because I do really enjoy action movies. However, I don't really watch too many, and I'm kind of picky when it comes to that genre. This was a hard one because both movies I'm going to talk about could have easily been my all-time favourite, but for honourable mention, has to go to Taken. Amazing movie. Again, I think pretty much everyone has seen it. If you have not, check it out. Amazing performance from Liam Neeson. This one kind of knocked it out just because it is a lot more sort of action orientated and has that classic action feel to it, and that is The Expendables. Easily my most favourite action movie of all time. Absolutely love it. Check it out if you have not. I think we're up to number 6, and we're going with foreign this time. So really into foreign movies. You know, they capture something so different from English speaking films, and again, this was kind of hard to narrow down. I was divided between 3 movies for this one actually, but I have chosen 2, and my honourable mention is I Saw the Devil. This movie is amazing. Easily not the best foreign movie. Well, it's not my favourite, but for a revenge movie it's definitely the best, and it's my favourite Asian movie. Absolutely amazing film, so check it out if you haven't. And my all-time favourite foreign movie goes to Pan's Labyrinth. Tyler also chose this one, and for very good reason. This is such a beautiful film, and again, a fairly popular one. I'm sure everyone's seen it, but if you have not, check it out. Yeah, amazing film. Okay, sitting at number 5 goes to the thriller genre. Really enjoy my thrillers, and this was a fairly easy one for me. So the honourable mention goes to Hard Candy. This movie is very good. Pretty hard to watch. It's not a movie that gets a lot of repeated viewings from me, but I think that's what makes this movie a standout. It is very effective. Amazing performance from Ellen Page. Very good. And my favourite thriller of all time goes to the Cape Fear remake with Robert De Niro. Absolutely amazing. This was a very easy choice for me. It has always been my favourite thriller. Okay, next up we have drama. I really need to get back into the drama genre. I love the genre, but I haven't really been that into it lately. But 2 of my favourites, and the runner-up is A Single Man. My favourite modern drama movie. Beautifully shot, great cinematography, and an amazing storyline. just an all-round fantastic movie. Amazing performance from Colin Firth, so check it out. My favourite drama movie of all time is massively underrated, and that is The War. I urge everyone watching this video, if you haven't seen this movie, out of all the movies I talk about, to check this one out. Absolutely amazing. In my opinion, Elijah Wood's best role. He was amazing in this, so The War is, love it, awesome movie. Okay, and my top 3 genres, apart from horror, because horror's not in this. Next up we're going to go with 90s children's movies or kid movies, and honourable mention goes to The Big Green. Anyone who's into 90s kids movies knows this was the best period when it comes to sport movies, and The Big Green was definitely a favourite of mine. I can remember hiring the VHS constantly, and yeah, as soon as this came out on DVD I picked it up. Such a fun movie, I love it. And my favourite 90s kids movie of all time is The Sandlot. No real surprise, because this seems to be a favourite of everyone, so I really don't need to talk about it. Yeah, just such a fun movie. I've seen this movie a lot, and you know, it never gets old for me, so had to talk about it, had to pick it. Alright, next genre is sci-fi. This is again one of my all-time favourite genres. Haven't really been talking too much about it lately, for the simple fact that there's not a lot of sci-fi come out that's interested me, but it is a genre that I love. So again, this was fairly tough. There was a lot of movies that went through my head, but honourable mention goes to the original Planet of the Apes. One of the best endings to a film, period. Awesome ending. A truly amazing and classic sci-fi. And my favourite sci-fi movie of all time is Terminator 2. Again, fairly generic choice, but I love it so much. I love the Terminator franchise, but this is easily my favourite. Okay, and my second, or my number 1 genre, which is my second favourite genre, apart from horror, is 80s kids movies. This was kind of difficult but kind of easy at the same time. I was tossing it up between 3 movies. Unfortunately, the BMX Bandits got pushed aside for these 2 films. Honourable mention goes to E.T. Amazing movie. My favourite Spielberg movie. This was one of the first movies that I saw as a kid, and you know, just as amazing now as it was back then. I absolutely love it. I don't know how many times I've seen the movie, countless times really, and I'm glad to see it finally getting a Blu-ray release this year. And this is going to be a massive surprise to everyone that follows me and my channel, but my number 1 80s kids movie and my favourite movie of all time is The Goonies. Again, not one that I really have to talk about too much, because everyone is familiar with this movie, and everyone is hopefully aware how amazing and awesome it is. But you know, this is where it's at for me in terms of 80s kids movies. Just, yeah, amazing film. I absolutely love it. So yeah. Alright, so that is it for this video. Once again guys, I highly recommend that you go over and subscribe to Tyler. His channel link will be left in the description box below. As I said, I'll be doing another video probably in the next week or so covering my top 10 horror genres, so stay tuned for that and get involved with this. I think this is a fantastic idea, so leave your video responses for Tyler, and thanks a lot for watching.